All right, so the compensation plan here with Purium is pretty amazing. You'll notice it's pretty colorful. We call it the rainbow plan, but it's quite unique. It's been put into the marketplace in May of 2013. We've gotten considerable traction with this plan. Before that time, Purium was really kind of a buyer's club, kind of an affiliate marketing program, really didn't have a very robust compensation plan. But when David Litt, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing, came to Purium, and he started to lay things out. He said, we need to have a plan that's going to allow the full-time advocate to really make a full-time living. And now we're seeing people pushing $100,000 a month in income. So none of us have to be the Roger Bannister here of Purium. We just have to plug in and get going. So with that, I like to set some expectations at the beginning. And this is some stuff that, again, this is kind of elementary for some of you, I'm sure, but in the network marketing world, we're always told about lifestyle and incomes that can just do crazy things. And so I always like people to know where my home office is so you can get a vision of where I am. And of course, my personal transportation. This is the kind of stuff that you see on the internet. And is it possible to have all these things? Well, I think it certainly is. Is it work? You can't see those. You can. It's me that can't see it. Absolutely. It's definitely possible. But, one of the things that's true for me is that my goal is to help people with their health. And I love the health space. I've worked in companies that have been technology platforms. I've worked with companies that have, done utilities, that kind of thing. But what really gets my dander up, what really gets my passion going is being able to help people with their health. It's just a topic that I truly love. And with all of us kind of reaching in, we can help to elevate the health of a lot of people. So for me, I'm always telling people to find something that you like to talk about all the time. Find something that you're really passionate to be in that conversation. And this is that kind of conversation for me. So as we're setting some expectations here, there's all kind of levels of participation. I think we all know that. There are people that are just looking for free product. You can certainly earn that with our plan pretty easily. Earn enough to cover a credit card payment, or get a car paid for, or maybe you want to buy a new house, or maybe you want to get to that financial freedom. Whatever it is, the big question is, can people see it clearly, and are they willing to commit to what it takes? I love some of the information that's been coming out over the last years here with Eric Worre and helping people understand that there's a difference between a poser in our industry and an amateur and somebody who takes the business very seriously as a professional. And we certainly want professional results, and that's kind of what I'm certainly working toward, in just getting better and better at what I do. The Purium Compensation Plan highlights, let me give you a little bit of an idea of what's in store for us here, just kind of in a bullet point format. We do have a higher payout because we are the manufacturer of our products. We do pay weekly and monthly, so we have 64 pay periods a month, and we'll see that as we get into the plan. The highest monthly cash bonuses in the industry. I haven't seen anything higher than, this is like a car bonus category, what we call the lifestyle bonus. It's up to $10,000 per month for maintaining a rank. So that's pretty impressive. We have some recognition trips. We have 4 generations of matching bonuses. We have cash achievement and matching bonuses at lower ranks. You can earn up to $350 when you enroll new members with packs, and that's called the Gold Rush, which we'll tell you about. Retail bonuses and health professionals. It's amazing what we have done to embrace the healthcare professional. We pay out 36% in the unilevel up through 8 levels, but we also have a couple levels that go to infinity. 25% first order bonuses paid weekly. 5% in the diamond and the crown pools. That's basically our global pools. That's our profit sharing that the company has in place for all of us. And some of the lowest rank advancement requirements in the industry. Also some of the simplest structure qualifications in the industry. So we certainly have some special benefits for what we call Purium Lifestyle Club members, because that's what we're trying to create, an energy of membership, like a Costco membership. It's just we happen to have live superfoods that we get to enjoy. So let's take a look at the membership levels. And This needed to be updated, and so you're going to see a mistake here where it says member 20%. A member is actually 15%, not 20, because we're trying to drive the value for the Premier membership, and of course the professional is a category in and of itself. So this is our compensation plan we're going to talk about. The first thing, excuse me, is to know when a weekly period or commission period is. And it's Saturday morning through Friday night Central Time. Okay, 11:59 p.m. Central Time every week. That's our weekly commissionable period. So when I talk about, a commission period being weekly, it's from Saturday morning to Friday night. The month is the complete month, the first to the last day of the month. So that's our frequency in terms of our schedule. Most of the members that we're going to be working with and talking about are going to be the 30%, what we call Premier member. They're actually rebranding the Premier member to be called the Purium Lifestyle Club member. Okay, that means they get 30% off of all of our product as long as they have a backup order on file. Then we're going to get to enjoy that 30% off, and that's really what we're going to be seeing for most of the people. The professional, just to touch on that very briefly, is that the professional is somebody who has a certification, who has a business or a following, not just somebody who happens to be a nurse and so they're medically and they have a certificate. That doesn't make them a medical professional or a professional by our definition. They have to have a following. David Sandoval decided that they wanted to honor the medical professionals or the healthcare professionals because they're the ones out being the movers and the shakers, and they want to empower people who serve others. And that's part of the bigger picture because David wants to create a lot of change on the planet. So let's jump into the qualifications. I've got this kind of set up into 3 phases, if you will. And what I did is I took the compensation plan and I just took all the pieces and put them on separate slides here so we could go through it kind of chunk by chunk. So you'll notice up here we have qualifications, we have personal volume, we have personally active enrolled. I'm going to get my little mouse going here so I can follow me along here. So we've got personally enrolled associates and we got group volume. So we start off as a member, we buy product, we become an associate, and this is the ABCs. As easy as ABC because it's associate, builder, consultant, director, executive. So we're building alphabetically. So at any rate, it takes 50 points to get our business established. Now, Jerry had brought up a comment about, can someone start without a package? Yes, they can. Is it the most advantageous thing? No, not from a business building strategy for sure, but we'll talk about that as we go. Personally enrolled and active associates, I think that's fairly descriptive. Personally enrolled means you're the enroller. Active means that they have made at least a 50-point purchase in that month that we're talking about in terms of active status. Okay, so if you sponsored 4 people in a given month and they all bought product, you'd have 4 actives. All right, and then the next month, if only 3 of them reordered, well, now you're at 3 people and you would be actually falling back a rank because even though you sponsored 4, you only had 3 active. So that's pretty typical in how that works with most companies. Group volume, 300, 1,000, 2,500, 6,000 points. Because our packages have a pretty significant volume punch, between 260 and 750 points, these are not huge quantities of people. Okay. The other nice thing is that your personal volume counts. So whatever you purchase on a monthly basis, it falls into your group volume numbers. You'll notice over here 8 levels and 9 levels. So the plan in phase 1 and phase 2 is 8 levels of volume they're counting for these for right here. 9 volume, 9 for crown. So let's look at the next section here, which is phase 2. Phase 2 is the diamond phase of your business. And you'll notice here an asterisk by the 6 that once you have 6 personally enrolled and active members, and some of those might be builders, some of them might just be a very happy wholesale customer. Okay, you have to only have 6 all the way up to red diamond. Okay, so it doesn't change. You have to have 100 personal volume. So instead of 50 personal volume, it goes up to 100. And I can just tell you from my own personal experience, Marilyn and I have really adopted the Purium lifestyle. And we tend to purchase, probably in the neighborhood between 400 and 600 points of product every single month because we have made it such an amazing part of our life. So to me, the volume number for personal volume is minimal. But for people who are on different types of budgets, that starts to become something to at least pay attention to. 50 points, we're talking about $65 to $75 a month. Okay, and then you have your shipping on top of that. But that's what it is. And so it's a little bit more obviously at the diamond level. The other thing to note here is that retail purchases, if someone goes to your site and they buy retail under your name, your ID number, it counts for your personal volume. So that can also alleviate, a person needing to order. We find that being a happy member of the Purium grocery store is just hard for us to imagine, not shopping every month with the company. So you see the volumes down below, 15, 30, 50, 75, 100, getting it up to phase 3 of your business, which is the crown phase of your business. So the volume goes up one more time. You have a total of 12 people that you need and personally enrolled and active on a monthly basis, and you see the volumes down below between 150 and 500,000 volume. And these are monthly volumes, of course. Okay, so this is our qualification screen here. Are there any questions on this part before we move on? I'm going to take a sip of my green drink. Okay.
John, Peter here. The ratio between TV and dollar amount tends to be, on average, what, about 75%?
Yeah, 75 to 78%, right in that ballpark. Yep. You are right in the ballpark. First order compensation. This is only paid on the first order, hence the concept first order compensation. What we're looking at here is level 1, that means you are the enroller. So when you enroll somebody, they're going to be on your level 1. It's 25% of the volume of that first order. Okay, we have something called the gold rush, which kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench in this, but it's a monkey wrench to our benefit. Okay, so if their order does not apply to the gold rush, which you'll see in a moment, you get 25% of that opening order. So if that opening order is 100 points, you make $25. Okay, now I think we can all agree that compensation plans are nothing more than a series of incentives. It incentivizes behavior. And so what they've done here is they've said, well, let's make an incentive here that the upline supports the new people enrolling and helping them do that. So they've created a structure here where there are 3 additional tiers of upline that get paid on every enrollment order. So if Jerry enrolls me, Jerry's going to make 25%. Jerry's enroller is going to make 5%, and his enroller 5%, and her enroller 5%. Okay? And so it's paying 4 levels from the order, straight up. All right? And you can see here in the early ranks, of course, you're not going to, get all of the upline isn't going to, until, you're not going to get all of those sales coming up from your downline until you hit the position of director, which is where this one is. But it's a very, very simple goal. So it's pretty much there for everybody right from the beginning. Okay, that is the first order bonus. And then we move into something called the Give 50, Get 50. What is that? Well, it's a really kind of cool marketing strategy and idea. The Give 50, Get 50. When I give $50 to somebody, I get $50 back. And that's the point they wanted to make here. So when you enroll a new customer, a new member, with a 10-day celebrity transformation at any level with the company, could be retail, could be join, could be a promoter, okay, you make a minimum of $50 and as much as $350 off of one enrollment, okay? So you must be an active Purium member to participate in this, okay? Remember, active is someone who's making a monthly order. Active is somebody who's on the backup plan, okay, which is a part of what we offer. Instead of an auto ship, we have a backup order. So it's really important, because if somebody's not buying every month and they give out a gift card, that $50 is not going to come their way. So they need to be, involved with the plan. So it's really powerful. The gift cards are a physical representation of the electronic credit. All you need is that code. That's why it's so powerful sharing this on social media, and everywhere you go. You don't have to hand out a card. You can do it virtually. Okay, it's about the electronic code. Here's the Gold Rush. What does the Gold Rush mean? Well, the Gold Rush is an accelerated earning platform that allows us to earn more when we get busy and we go a little faster in our business. And so for people who are coming into our business and going, I need to make some money, all right? And a lot of people, that's the case for a lot of folks. They need to make some money. They want to get going fast. And so we have a way for people to do that. And so you'll see this broken up into the number of enrollments per week. So this has to do with the packages, the gold, the platinum, and what we call the launch pack. And these packages, the gold packs are ranging around $300 to $350. The platinum packs are ranging between $500 and $525. And the launch pack is just under $1,000. Okay, just to put a number with that. And so when you enroll with these packages, that 25% number that we just saw on the previous page goes out the window. Okay? Because they're not paying you 25% anymore, they're paying you what's on this page. So when you sell a gold pack, you're not going to, if you look at the percentage, 25% of 260 points is not $75. It's less than that. Okay? So it's $75 instead of the 25%. When you do a platinum package, it's 400 points. Well, 25% of that would be $100. It's not 100, it's 150. Okay, and so forth and so on. And so when you do your first two in a commissionable week, that's the key, in the commissionable week, you're going to get $75. Let's look at the platinums, which seems to be the most common. $150 for the first one, $150 for the second. But if you bring a third one in that same calendar week, they're going to bump it up to $200 for the third, and $200 for the fourth, and $250 for the fifth one on. Okay? So if we're going to enroll 10 people, if you do one a week, you're going to make, a total of $1,500. But if you do all, 10 in 1 week, as an example, just to understand the power of what we're looking at here, the first two, that's $300, plus the next two is another $400. So that's $700 so far, and we've got 6 more people at $250. So you can do the math. It's definitely an improvement, okay? And that's why when we say you're going to make a minimum of $50 for every gift card redemption and as much as $350, this is where those numbers come from. Okay? Any questions on the Gold Rush? This is a promotion. It goes until August 31st of 2015. It's a promotion that's been in place since I started with the company. And they're trying to they're looking to make it permanent, but they're vetting it out and making sure it's financially viable for the long term. When we look at the monthly residual incomes, this is obviously the meat of our long-term income. And as we look at getting started here, you'll see, and I've kind of got this broken down in a few little sections, that we have an 8-level plan. And in the 8-level plan, as you promote up through the ranks, you get paid deeper and deeper. Another very typical, strategy that we see. As you get to builder and then consultant, director, executive, you get paid down to the 7th level. And when you become a diamond, you get paid all the way down to the 8th level. And that continues all the way up into the crown ranks. And so this is the grid for the monthly residual income, and it's paid monthly. Okay, so we close out the month on the last day, and we're paid this paycheck, as well as the other bonuses, on the 15th of the next month. Okay? The infinity bonus, this is how we get paid to unlimited levels. As you hit the diamond rank on, actually I should say green diamond rank on, you're going to start seeing 2% down to the next green diamond. Okay, and down to their 9th level. And so we can have that interrupted by people who are promoting, to some of these higher ranks. So there's 2% on level 9 and 2% on level 10 that goes down to infinity. And some of those lines are going to go down deeper than others because you'll have other people at similar rank that will block you. But it does add in an unlimited component that, of course, is nice to have available to us. The generational matching bonus, this is based, of course, on the generation, not the level. And so I got a little diagram to make sure we all understand what that means. It starts at the diamond level, where you're going to get a matching 10% on the unilevel portion of your personally enrolled's check. Okay, so the matching bonus is paid on your direct line of sponsorship because we allow placement, and somebody can be placed underneath you. We don't, that is not in your generation. That would be like you have your children by bloodline, and then you have your adopted children. okay? And the people that are placed underneath us are our adopted children upon which we do not earn a generational matching bonus. So here you are, and you sponsor somebody. You sponsor A sponsors B, and B sponsors C. That would be a direct generational line, okay? That's level 1, level 2, and level 3. So in this case, in this example, level 1, or A is on level 1 and it's generation 1. Level 2, B is second generation and level 2. So in that situation, I think you can all appreciate that's true generationally and level-wise in your business there. Let's say you get a gift. This is your adopted child, okay, that gets placed underneath you. Now you sponsor a third person. Okay, that's obviously frontline to you as well. So now let's look at another person that you sponsor that goes underneath that gift. So you put your own bloodline underneath your adopted child, okay? How does all this work? And then A sponsors B and so forth. So here's the deal. The square, obviously the gift is not enrolled by you. The circles are enrolled by you, or they're within your bloodline. This is generation 1. So these bonuses that we're looking at up above that go down 4 generations, especially as you look up to the Royal Crown rank here, you'll see 10, 10, 10, and 10, and 20 at Royal Crown 2. You may have a person here on your second level, but it's still your first generation. So you're going to get first generation on A, second generation on B, whoops. And hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And I went to this little graphic because some people hadn't been around the industry for a long time, didn't really understand the difference between a generation and a level. And I wanted to make sure you knew who you were getting paid on. So is there any confusion or question on this aspect of the plan? Awesome. You guys are all totally...
Are these generations of diamonds?
No, they're just generations of people. It doesn't matter what their rank is. Okay? So it's just, you know, if Jerry sponsored me and I sponsored Bob and Bob sponsored Charlie, you know, it doesn't matter what their rank are. Now, if A drops out and stops ordering, but B and C are, then obviously that generation there's going to be compression. So we do have dynamic compression. So then B would become your first generation if A quit the business. Okay, so we do have compression.
John, quickly, do you have dynamic compression in the basic unit level?
Yes, absolutely, and it's even better, Jerry, because I just came to me the other day and I said I couldn't believe it. Actually, I was talking to one of the executives, and if somebody literally quits and actually is out of the business, then that person that is below them, let's say, who's still active, not only do they compress up, but they become your personally enrolled, and you then get credit for them.
I've never seen that. That's awesome.
I've never seen it before either. I was pretty excited when I heard that. So I said,
that is awesome.
Yeah, that's another little chunk of integrity. So rank and structure, getting the promotion by helping others. Obviously, we earn together. What I want to share with you here is just to start to see the emergence of the structure requirements. And so all the way up to executive, which is right before diamond, there is no structure requirement whatsoever. It could all be under one leg. You have your personal enrollment requirement, the rest of that, but it can all be in one leg. It makes no difference. But when you start to get to diamond and beyond, there's a structure requirement. And so this is kind of laying out what it is. And you're going to notice that 3 is the magic number. 3 consultant legs makes a diamond. 3 director legs makes green. 3 executives make blue. 1 diamond, 2 executives make black. So you'll notice 3 is a pretty common theme. Up to 3-star crown. To 4-star crown, 4 legs. 5-star crown, 5 legs. The royal crowns only require 3 legs, but they require higher ranked legs. So we're not going to get stuck in this right now because I have another graphic that's going to help this all make sense very quickly. Okay, but the idea here that I want to get across to you is that 3 working legs will get you an awfully long distance in our company. And that's really what we want to focus on from a structural standpoint. We are a unilevel. You can go as wide as you want. You want 3 productive legs, and you do want a good handful of junior legs as well, because there's a reason for that. And take my word for it at the moment that you do want junior legs working as well as your 3 primary legs. Okay, so I would encourage you not just to have 3 legs, but to have 6 to 10 legs, but 3 legs who are true builders. The other legs can be your baby legs, but people who are involved. The achievement bonus is pretty darn neat. This is for the very early part of the development of your business. These are small bonuses to tell people, hey, great job. You're doing the right stuff. We're going to give you a little financial reward. So let's say that Jerry sponsors me, okay, and I become a consultant. I've sponsored 2 people. I have 1,000 points in my group. I just made consultant. I'm going to make $50 bonus. Jerry, as my sponsor, is going to get 100% match of that bonus. He's going to make $50 as well. When I make director, I make 100, he makes 100. When I make executive, I make 200, he makes 200. When I make diamond, I make 500, and Jerry gets a pat on the back. Good job, John is now independent. But the bottom line is these are the baby rewards that allow people to just feel that little, appreciation and that little reward, moving forward. And they actually
paid monthly?
No, these are one-time bonuses. That would be awesome.
No, what I'm saying, does it get paid on a monthly basis?
Yes. This is part of the monthly. This is part of the monthly pay. And let me actually clear it up really quick for you.
Okay.
The fast start, or the first order bonus that we talked about, the gold rush and that 25% and those 5% at the very beginning, that's the only part of our paycheck that is weekly. Everything else, all the rest of these bonuses are monthly. Okay?
Okay.
The lifestyle bonuses, this is what we would call, a lot of companies have their car programs. The car programs have caused a lot of pain in the industry simply because, people's cars get repossessed, their volume goes down, it's painful. They said, we want to have something like that, but we do not want to tie it to a car. We want to give people the flexibility to do what they want with the money. So they call it the lifestyle bonus. When you hit diamond, it's $300 every single month you maintain the diamond rank in those qualifications. $600, $1,200, it goes up to $10,000 at 5-star crown and beyond every single month. And so it's a really powerful part of our compensation plan. There are really 2 main requirements. One is that you maintain the position and the requirements of diamond, and that you have a new consultant that happens somewhere in your organization in the course of a month that is not underneath another diamond in your organization. Hence the reason for the junior legs. And that's maybe more strategic issue we can talk about at another point. But it's a very maintainable, doable thing. So the lifestyle bonuses are very powerful. Global profit sharing, the company takes 5% of their revenues on a monthly basis throughout the world. They put it into 3 different buckets: a lower diamond pool shares, a higher diamond bucket, and a crown bucket. And when you qualify for that lifestyle bonus, as you saw on the previous page, you also qualify for these pools as well. It's the same qualifier for both. And so they take, this 1% share, and you get a share allocation based on your rank, and that's how much you get. And very simple. I think pools are pretty understandable by most of us. And then there are the perks, and these are some of the trips that we get, which is kind of fun, that we get to go get steeped in the Purium culture. The diamond trip is a manufacturing trip tour. You have to get out to California, but then they take care of you in the hotel. They feed you. They treat you like royalty. It's really fun. You get to know David Sandoval. You get to tour the manufacturing facility, and it's a pretty nice experience, and that happens at the diamond level. It's a very easy level to get to for the most part. I shouldn't say easy. It's a very attainable level. So they don't include the airfare, but they do take care of everything else. The blue diamond trip, which is where some of these pictures up top come from, David lives on a 160-acre ranch out in Weldon, California. It used to belong to Glenn Campbell. And it's got 160 native springs on it, so he calls it the Native Springs Oasis. And it's pretty cool. And so we go out there, he flies you and your spouse out or whatever to stay at his place for 4 days and 3 nights. He cooks you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, takes you on nature walks. He's an amazing human being, and you get to experience him in his own element. The crown trip is that's more of the 5-star kind of treatment. They fly you somewhere really fun, and it's they only had their first one was last year. and it was a nice 5-star resort kind of an experience. So you get to hop on your green jet and head out for your crown trip. So that those are the reward trips that also come as a part of the compensation plan. And so let's look at income expectations. What can you expect to earn at some of the ranks that we were just looking at? As a diamond, you're probably looking at $1,500 to $3,000. It totally depends on your organization, you know. So that's why these numbers can be kind of difficult, because you know people's organizations are structured differently, and so we have to give a range. The blue diamond, or I'm sorry, green 3 to 4,000, blue diamond 5 to 8, black 8 to 13, red diamond 14 to 17,000 a month. Tells you what your qualifications are here, which again are certainly reiterated in the compensation plan as well. And so that's, you know, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a roadmap in what to expect as you go through the ranks. It's all about our gift cards, and I think I just stuck that in there. It's just a little image there for you to enjoy. It's all about the gift cards. Couple little points here that I think are important. We are not a pay-to-play company. I hope that you guys all know what that means. All of our members have the same earning potential. If you come in with the biggest pack or the littlest pack, your earning potential is the same. Okay? And I think that's a nice, it's nice to know that it's structured that way. I've been in companies where you had to buy the big pack in order to make the big commissions from selling a big pack, and that's not the case here. So we want it to be of, you know, true value. You know, being a product of the product, obviously that's what we've experienced a great benefit in our household. And duplication matters, and this is kind of what it kind of comes back to what Jerry had mentioned, and I'll show it to you more specifically. But you know, if we bring people into this business in a way that is not business forward or business centric, then we're gonna have a tougher time building real momentum in our business. And so there are definitely good, better, and best ways to get involved with Purium. You know, a good way is just to get involved with Purium, period. Okay, a better way is to, you know, get yourself a membership, you know, get a few gift cards. The best way is to look at a replicatable business building strategy that is going to, that if it works for you, works for them, everybody's going to do well and everyone's going to be profitable. And I'll explain a little bit of that a little bit more. The enrollment packs, you know, they come with the starter kit, they come with the gift cards. The launch pack, which is the largest package, also comes with the Dreams platform, which is our new technology. And this just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea here. It says Platinum Pack, but that's wrong. It's supposed to say Launch Pack. And it comes with 100 gift cards. It comes with the Dreams platform. And because of how our commission structure works, and I think you can probably see this now, especially with the Gold Rush, that making your money back, if you're active, is really not a protracted event. It's something that you can do pretty quickly. With that being said, the possibilities are absolutely endless, and that is our compensation plan.